welcome to the quiz show, The Contenders. I'm your host, Young. When we ask people why they joined us on The Contenders, the usual answer is they wanted to come out and make some wonderful memories. Well, behind me, there are some people who are here to make some wonderful memories today. Let's welcome the Contenders onto the stage. Thank you for joining us, the sisters team, and as the sign says, you guys are sisters, Kang Eun-kyung and Kang Yu-kyung. And you said in your profile that you wanted to have some wonderful memories here on the Contenders before your sister went off to study in the US. So how are your plans going?
Yes, I wanted to make good memories with my sister, and she's planning to go to the States early next year. So maybe I thought this was a good opportunity to make good memories, and maybe we can have something to look back on after maybe 10 or 20 years from now.
And if we win, we thought that it would be nice to give the prize to our parents.
Ah, wow. Filial piety at that. Well, okay, good luck to you. We'll see what happens.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Now your opponents are the Sydney team, and I'm not certain that this is completely fair because actually there are 3 of you on that team. I hear that you're newly pregnant.
Yes.
How old is the baby?
7 weeks.
Ah, well,
Really?
How do you feel? How do you feel?
Excited to have a baby, our first baby, and I hope him healthy.
Yeah, health is the most important thing. Now, you also wrote that you wanted to take a second honeymoon trip with your husband if you won to Jeju Island. Now, you have a baby. Will that complicate your planned trip?
Not at all. We will go to second honeymoon together, 3 of us.
Ah, okay. Well, we'll see what happens in this show. Let's start the quiz. Now, in our first round, I'll be giving you 10 multiple choice questions, 5 seconds per question, and each question is worth 10 points. If you answer all of them correctly, then I'll give you 50 bonus points. If you get a question wrong, we'll have to stop there and give you the sum of points up to that point. Now, if you want to better your chances at a right answer, if you're not sure, you can call out chance, and I'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices and make it easier for you. So, sisters, if you're ready, please choose among question sets Q, U, I, and Z.
Q.
Okay, we'll go with Q. Question number 1. Of the following, what were ancient Egyptian kings called? 1 pharaohs, 2 dons, 3 overseers, 4 emperors.
Number 1.
Pharaohs is correct. Question 2. Of the following Korean cities, which is not located by the sea? 1. Incheon, 2. Sokcho, 3. Chuncheon, 4. Seogwipo. Remember, if you're not sure, you can use chance.
Number 3. Chuncheon.
Very good. Question 3. Of the following, which country did not advance onto the pre-quarterfinals in the 2002 Korea-Japan World Cup? 1. Argentina, 2. Denmark, 3. Spain, 4. Brazil. You can use chance.
Number 1. Argentina.
Very good. So, sisters team, what do you think of our questions so far?
Okay.
So far, so good.
Okay. All right, we go into question 4. Ascorbic acid is another name for which vitamin? 1. Vitamin A, 2. Vitamin B12, 3. Vitamin C, 4. Vitamin E.
We'll take a chance.
Okay, you'll take chance. We'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices. And please make your final decision.
Number 3.
Question 5. Which of the following movies did Tom Hanks receive a Best Actor Oscar for? 1. Saving Private Ryan, 2. Castaway, 3. Philadelphia, 4. Apollo 13.
3. Philadelphia.
Question number 6. Of the following, which P has a different meaning? 1. PC, 2. PDA, 3. PDP, 4. PCS.
Number 3.
That's right, in PDP, P is plasma, whereas in others, it's personal, right? And we go to question 7. Of the following, which type of whale reaches the largest in size? 1. Sperm whale, 2. Blue whale, 3. Gray whale, 4. Humpback whale.
Number 2.
Blue whale. That's right, blue whale is the largest in size. And sisters, well, you guys are doing great. You've got 70 points on the board. How do you feel about the game so far?
Great.
Very easy, right?
Easier than we thought.
You think you're going to get to 10 and get the bonus?
We hope so.
Okay, we go to question 8. Which is the smallest particle? 1. Proton, 2. Quark, 3. Atom, 4. Molecule.
Number 3, atom.
Actually, proton makes up an atom and quark is smallest. Okay, there was a good guess. You end the section at 70 points. Congratulations. Now, Sydney team, you have a choice of question sets U, I, and Z. Which will you have?
I.
Okay, we'll go with question set I, number 1. What is the name of a small umbrella used for sun protection? 1. Headband, 2. Parasol, 3. Poncho, 4. Straw hat.
Number 2.
Parasol is correct. And question 2. What currency was used in Italy before the euro? 1. Krona, 2. Franc, 3. Lira, 4. Escudo.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Very good. It's the lira. Of course, the krona is used in Denmark and Norway, and the franc in France or Belgium, and escudo in Portugal. Sydney, how do you feel the questions to be so far?
So far, we are lucky.
Let's hope the luck continues for you, okay? We go into question 3 with no chance used, so you can use chance, okay? Question 3. How many points does a, quote, hat trick refer to in soccer or ice hockey? 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5.
2.
That's right. 3 makes a hat trick. Question 4. What is the name for the sun and all the objects in orbit around it? 1. The Milky Way, 2. The solar system, 3. Outer space, 4. The planets.
Number 2.
The solar system. And we reach question 5. Of the following, which is not a product made of refined oil? 1. Asphalt, 2. Grease, 3. Vaseline, 4. Gum arabic. If you're not sure, you can use chance.
We'll take a chance.
Okay, we'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices. And please make your final selection.
Number 4.
Yes, gum arabic. Gum arabic is a sticky substance from the acacia tree. Okay, and of course, because the trees that produce it grow in the Middle East and near Arabia, Saudi Arabia, we call it gum arabic. Very good. Did you actually know the answer, or did you guess?
Just guess.
Very good guess. Okay, and we go with question 6. Which of the following countries is not a G8 country? 1. Russia, 2. France, 3. Canada, 4. Brazil.
Number 4, Brazil.
And we're already at question 7. What does the auto manufacturer name BMW stand for? 1. British Motor Works, 2. Bavarian Motor Works, 3. Belgian Motor Works, 4. Berlin Motor Works.
Number 4.
Actually, it's the Bavarian Motor Works. Did you actually have a disagreement with the final answer?
Maybe he knows the answer.
Well, but your wife answered for you. It's okay, right? Okay, you end this section with 60 points, and sisters, you're ahead 10 points at 70. Now, in this next section, we will be giving you 20 words from a pre-chosen category, and you will be given 100 seconds to go through the entire list. Please do not use the word or phrase we give you on the board to give the hint to your partner. And sisters, if you're ready, please take your position. Now, sisters, you picked category health threats. Did you actually study up on health threats?
Actually, we didn't have much time, so.
So you're winging it. Okay, well, a lot of people say they're winging it, but they do a great job. So good luck to you. Are you ready?
Yes, ready.
Okay, ready? Go.
You cough when you get this cold. You're in a car accident. Tar, nicotine.
Cigarettes,
You get this in your tooth.
cavities,
You have a tumor.
cancer,
HIV.
AIDS,
You get this when you're a kid. You get rashes.
chickenpox,
This is very, this stings you in the summertime.
sunburn,
No, it stings you.
mosquitoes,
It itches.
Rash?
You sneeze or you get rashes.
allergy,
Cardiac arrest, another word.
heart disease,
No. You get a,
stroke, heart attack,
okay. You get really this out when you work a lot.
stressed out, stress,
Yes. A lot of this is in shrimp, or you will get high blood pressure when you have this. Our dad has it.
sugar, cholesterol,
Yes. This comes every spring. It's from China.
yellow sand, yellow
Not-
fever,
Not sand.
yellow,
You wipe
Yellow
out.
dust.
Okay. This is very severe in the city area.
urban,
It starts with a P.
population, pollution,
Yes. Hard of breathing. It starts with A.
asthma,
Sisters, that was great for just winging it. You actually went through the entire list so far that you had time, and you didn't pass on anything. Congratulations, you end this section at 220 points. Now, Sydney, if you're ready, please take your position. Now, Sydney, you picked William Shakespeare.
Yes.
Why did you pick that as your category?
We thought it would be easy, but we found out that it is not easy category.
Did you practice?
No, actually not.
Uh-oh. Well, how did you find out it wasn't an easy category?
Because we have to read many books, but we don't have much time to read his works. So,
But you do know a lot about Shakespeare's work, right?
I'm not sure.
Well, we'll see, okay? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, ready, go.
Not novel. This is with P. Not novel. Not novel.
Play.
Pass. Juliet.
Romeo.
Pass. The movie. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Shakespeare in Love.
The actress in our first Juliet.
Olivia Hasse.
Okay. Pass. His famous Hamlet, famous words.
To be or not to be, there is
Okay.
question.
Pass. Pass. Daughters, Three daughters.
King Lear.
Pass. Pass. Laurence Olivier. Laurence Olivier. Not Othello. Laurence Olivier. Vivian Lee, Laurence Olivier. It's the M.
Midnight.
M. Pass. Romeo and Juliet musical. Natalie Wu.
Sydney, that was a good effort. It was a very tough category to go through. Now, you ended up not talking about this. The musical the modernized musical version of Romeo and Juliet is West Side Story. I think you would have known it. And you passed on Joseph Fiennes, who actually acted in the movie Shakespeare in Love, which I think you've seen before. Well, you end the section at 110 points, but Sisters leads with 220 points. Now, normally in this section, we have one team go, because one person has to go on to the finals and the other goes home. But this time, since we had a 7-time winner, the Dolce team, last week, we're actually going to have both of you go on to the finals. But I'll still call out Kim Jun-sung, and he'll go through this section with us. Hi, how'd you see the quiz?
Well, I think Sisters, they're very, very skilled in their English skills, and that's I think they made that very evident. Sydney, tough section on Shakespeare. I think you will have to consult your baby on this next round so you can get some extra help.
That's right, it is 3 against 2. Anyway, okay, what are the rules for this section?
Okay, this next round is a round of 15 questions. Each question is worth 30 points. The first team that buzzes in can answer. Now, if the team cannot answer the question or gets the question wrong, then the question will go over to the other team. And also, when both teams cannot answer the questions, then we will give you a spelling hint, and you will have 5 seconds to answer.
And of course, you know that after you buzz in, I have to call your team name before you give out the answer, okay? Because we don't want to end up crediting somebody else with your answer. So if you're ready, let's have question number 1.
Okay, question number 1. It's about a person. In June, this aging rock star was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II for his service to music in the Queen's birthday honors. Following Elton John and Paul McCartney, he is the latest in a line of pop stars to receive the royal honor. Who is this person who was the singer of the Rolling Stones?
Sydney.
Mick Jagger.
Very good start, Sydney. You're on your way to catching up. Okay, let's have question number 2.
Okay, question number 2 is about a title. Recently, for the first time in Korea's animated feature film history, this movie, directed by Lee Sung-kang, received Grand Prix at the 2002 Annecy International.
Sisters.
Maria's Story?
Can we have a final answer?
Maria Story. Maria Story.
Close, but Sydney, it's your chance to answer, and we'll finish the question.
Received the Grand Prix at the 2002 Annecy International Animation Festival. The title of this movie includes the name of a mysterious girl whom Naemu, a fishing village boy, falls in love with. What is the name of this girl?
Sydney, we'll give you 5 seconds. Yes, Sydney?
Story of Mary.
Okay, we gave you that, but actually we're looking for the girl's name. It's Mari, not Maria. It's very close. Okay, Sydney, you're really on your way to catching up. There's only 50 points between you, and we'll have question number 3.
Okay, question number 3 is about science. During the World Cup, many drama episodes were delayed or canceled due to game broadcasts, and the usage of this on the internet greatly increased. This is a service in which users can see visual information on request. What is this service?
Sisters.
VOD.
Video on demand is the correct answer. And sisters, it's good to see you on the board in this section. And let's have the next question.
Okay, next question is about a job. Recently in securities business, the annual salary of this occupation is skyrocketing. If you take on a portfolio of well-known companies, you will earn 300 million won. If you can speak English, 500 billion won. A research head will earn at least $1 million. Who is this? Who is an expert in researching companies?
Sydney.
Analyst.
Okay, very good. Again, just 50 points to catch up. And let's have the next question.
Okay, next question is about a movie. In June, 4,500 gathered for the premiere of this movie at a multiplex theater in Seoul. This included the director Kwak Kyung-taek, actor Yoo Oh-sung, and singers G.O.D.
Sisters.
Champion.
And producer Park Jin-young, of course, made the OST for this movie. It's about the famous.
Boxer Kim Duk-gu.
That's right. And very good. You're edging ahead, sisters. Sydney, we want you to buzz in quicker. And let's have the next question.
Okay, next question is about sport. The following are star players from the 2002 FIFA World Cup, Korea, Japan. What is their common trait? Now listen closely. Croatia, Stipe Platicosa. Poland, Jerzy Dudek. Paraguay, Jose Luis Chilavert. Germany.
Sisters.
Goalkeepers.
And Germany's goalkeeper is Kahn, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I said those goalkeepers' names right, you know.
But we meant well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and she got the right idea, right?
Dudek, I think Dudek, you need Dudek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have the next question.
Okay, question number 7 is about term. This term dates back to the European Middle Ages, which denotes place of charitable refuge offering rest and refreshment to pilgrims and travelers. In medicine, a program of this care for the terminally ill includes home visits by professionals such as nurses.
Sisters.
Hospice.
Okay, you worked it out and got to hospice. Very good. And Sydney, we want you to buzz in, okay?
Yeah, they seem to know the answer. It's just buzzing in.
Yeah, you got to take the chance. We do not punish you for getting the wrong answer. We just give the opportunity over to the opponent. So please buzz in and take a chance. Let's have the next question, please.
Okay, question number 8 is about an author. Recently, this person said whatever animal humans choose to eat is an anthropological question, and added that French actress Brigitte Bardot was a fascist for criticizing Korean people for eating dog
Sydney.
meat.
Umberto Eco.
And of course, he is a famous writer of The Name of the Rose, which was a great fun book.
I wonder if people knew what he meant by saying that what we choose to eat is an anthropological question. People are like, what is he talking about? But I think it's true. You have to understand the history before you make judgments about something like that.
That's right. And Sydney, it's good to see you on the board. And let's have the next question.
Okay, question number 9 is about economy. Recently, the CEO of this troubled motor industrial group.
Sisters.
Daewoo Motors.
Good guess. But the chance answer goes over to the Sydney team, and we'll finish the question.
Okay, recently the CEO of this troubled motor industrial group resigned, claiming responsibility for his excessive debt. This company is the largest automobile manufacturer in Italy. It manufactures cars under its own name. What is this company, formerly Fabbrica Italiana Automobili Torino?
Sydney, I'll give you 5 seconds. Sydney?
Ferrari.
Good guess. I want you to keep thinking about Fabbrica Italiana Automobili Torino, and we'll give you a spelling hint, actually. That'll give it away. Sisters.
Fiat.
Sisters, I think you took the chance and just buzzed in really quick, but you didn't know the rest of the question. The key word was Italy. Okay.
Actually, we gave the answer, Fabbrica Italiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said the words for the
Yeah. Well, let's have the next question.
Okay, this is about a country, question number 10. In June, the president of this country announced a coffee war against the multinational food corporation Nestle. This is because Nestle refused the request to build coffee factories in this country. This is the 4th leading nation in coffee production, and its capital city is Kampala. What is this country, which borders Kenya, Zaire, Rwanda, and Sudan?
We're talking about the company Nestle. Think
Sorry,
very
Nestle.
carefully. Okay, if you guys are afraid to take a chance, we'll give you a spelling hint now. Sydney.
Uganda.
Sydney, are you happy your wife took the chance?
Yes, I'm happy.
Okay, let's have the next question.
Okay. Next question is about an animal. Question number 11. In early June, Australian scientists said that they hope to reduce greenhouse gas of livestock using bacteria from this animal's stomach. The young are carried and nurtured in a special pouch on the mother's body.
Sisters.
Kangaroo.
And have you actually ever seen a kangaroo?
No, not yet.
Well, maybe, you know, if you win and go all the way, you can afford the trip to Australia, right?
Hope so.
Okay, well, let's have the next question.
Okay, question number 12, it's about leisure. The season for this leisure sport has started. This is the outdoor leisure pursuit of floating on a lake or sailing.
Sisters.
Rafting.
And of course, if you've ever gone rafting in Korea, you go to Gangwon-do and Donggang River. That's a big place to go. Have you been?
Yes, I haven't.
Tonga.
That was whitewater rafting, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Which is not just, you know, floating on a lake, as the question said.
It's kind of rugged or rigorous floating on
Yeah.
the lake, right? Okay, and let's have the next question.
Okay, next question is number 13, about astronomy. In early June, there were partial observations of this phenomenon in the US, Indonesia, and Mexico. This phenomenon occurs when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun. During this, the moon passes in front of the sun but does not completely cover it.
Sisters.
Eclipse.
Final
You should
answer?
give the full, what kind of eclipse?
Full eclipse. No.
Sydney.
Solar eclipse.
Yes. And of course, this is because there's the lunar eclipse, and that's different, okay? And Sydney, it's good to see you on the board. We want to stay in the game. And let's have the next question.
Okay, this next question is number 14, about society. Recently, the Observer of England reported that this organization is trying to enable police and intelligence of EU member countries to have access to millions of personal emails, other internet information, and telephone records. What is this organization, which is the police and intelligence of the European Union?
Remember, the police and intelligence of the European Union. Okay, if you're not going to take a guess, why don't I give a spelling hint now? Sydney.
Europol.
Right. The European version of the Interpol, which is the worldwide organization. Very good. Did the spelling hint help you a lot? Yes. Yes. And let's have the next question, the last question actually.
Okay, last question is about an object. There is an exhibit on this in a gallery in Seoul until September 29th. This was a symbol of social status and authority, and also a means of secret communication for lovers in 17th and 18th century Europe. It was also a tool to make fire for Eskimos and a necessity in the summer season in the East. What is this?
This is very needed during the summer in the East, in Asia, and it's used in the north in the very cold temperatures to help make fire. Sisters.
Magnifying glasses.
Sydney, it's your chance to answer. We'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, why don't we actually take a spelling? Okay, actually, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the spelling hint. Sisters.
Map.
Sydney. 5 seconds.
Guess.
We're just going to give you the answer. It's fan. A fan. Very simple, but maybe it was a tough
fan
question.
the fire, and then you also need a fan to cool you off.
Yeah. Very important tool, don't you think? Yeah. Well, Sydney, you end the section at 320 points. Very good effort. But sisters, you're ahead at 430 points. Now, normally just one team would be going on to the finals, but we'll be seeing both of them at the finals. We'll see you right after this. To the final round. You have the points behind you from the previous round, 320 for Sydney and sisters 430. Now, in this final section, I'll give you 5 categories with 5 questions each, 10 to 50 points each. And if you get the question correct, then you get the right to choose the next question. If you get it wrong, the chance to answer goes over to your opponent. Of course, you each get 2 chances to answer per question. And what are this week's categories?
Okay, as you guys look on the screen, this week's categories are Day, Invention, I Love Milk, Society, and Summer and Sports.
And I will pick the first question. I'll go with days for 10 points. This holiday probably derives from the ancient Roman feast of Lupercalis. The festival gradually became associated with the feast day of 2 Roman martyrs who lived in the 3rd century. As a holiday honoring lovers, it is celebrated on February... Yes, sisters?
Valentine's Day.
Yes. Of course, I was going to give you the hint of February 14th, but you had that before. Okay, you are widening your lead. Sisters, you get to pick the next question.
Day for 20, please.
Okay, day for 20 points. Originally, this is a military term, but nowadays, this term also refers to an important day. Sisters.
D-Day.
Yes. And of course, the first and most important of these was June 6, 1944 in World War II, when Allied forces landed in Normandy. And with that, sisters, you get to pick again.
Day 40, please.
Day for 40 points. August 15th is this day by the lunar calendar. One night each year, the constellations Altair and Vega cross a bridge made of magpies to meet in the summer sky. Rain in the evening means the 2 lovers have met and are shedding tears of happiness. Rain the next morning are the lovers' tears as they're forced to separate again. This ancient legend is a Korean favorite that every schoolchild knows. What is this day called? Sisters.
7월 7석.
We were actually looking for Chilseok. Very good, sisters. And Sydney, there are a lot of questions on the board, and you can still catch up, so please stay in the game, okay? All right. And sisters, you get to choose again.
Day for 50.
Okay, we'll go with day, closing out the category for 50 points. At the 2002 MTV Movie Awards, which was held on June 6th, Denzel Washington won Best Villain rather than Best Actor for this movie. In this movie, Denzel Washington plays LAPD Detective Alonzo Harris, a veteran narcotics officer whose methods, sisters...
Training Day.
Yes. And of course, that movie covered the day of training of the rookie Jake Hoyt. And he won the Oscar. And Sydney, we want you to keep buzzing in, okay? And sisters, you get to choose again.
Summer and sports for 10.
Okay, summer and sports for 10 points.
For 10 points, What is the water sport commonly described in the following hints? Listen closely. Hawaiian Islands, the Huntington Beach International...
Sydney.
Surfing.
Wow. Very good guess. And we were going to give you the Huntington Beach International Blank Museum, which was the surfing museum. Point Break, which was a movie, but you had it with Hawaiian Islands. Have you ever been surfing?
No.
No? Would you like to go sometime?
No, never.
Never?
It's scary.
Is it? Have you tried it?
Oh, I've tried it. It's pretty scary, especially if you're out in Hawaii. You know, there are 3-story high waves. You know, you can really
just like
hurt
in
yourself.
the movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. With that, Sydney, you get to choose the next question.
Summer and sports for 50.
Summer and sports for 50 points.
Okay, for 50 points. This summer sport was selected as an exhibition event at the 1996 Atlantic Olympics and was first selected as an official event at the 2000 Sydney Olympics. This sport is played in hot seasons on sandy areas with men and women.
Sisters.
Beach volleyball.
And of course, they wear something like swimsuits to do this exercise, and they look really good on the sand. And of course, the strongest teams are usually US and Brazil teams. Okay, sisters, you get to choose.
Summer sports for 20, please.
Okay, summer sports for 20 points.
Summer sports for 20 points. You can see many people enjoying this in the rivers and lakes in the summertime. The Zigzag Race, which is called...
Sisters.
Rafting?
Good guess, but Sydney, it's your chance to answer. And Junsung, please finish the question.
The Zigzag Race, which is called the slalom of this sport, even makes the spectators feel cooled off. In this sport, people plane over the surface of the water while being towed by a motorboat moving at least 24 kilometers per hour. What is this?
Sydney, I'll give you 5 seconds. Sydney?
Water ski.
Again, Sydney, it's good to see you on the board. And again, let me remind you, I can only credit you for the answers you give me after I call your name, after you've buzzed in, okay? So make sure you don't call out your name before then, or else the other team might get the chance to answer, okay? And with that, Sydney, please pick the next question.
Summer and sports for 30.
Okay, summer in sports for 30.
Okay, for 30 points. A Scottish lawyer, sportsman, traveler, and philanthropist, John McGregor, was a major figure in encouraging the recreation and sport of this in the 1860s. As a sport, it probably began as an impromptu race between individuals returning from hunting and fishing raids and war expeditions. There are 2 kinds of games in the sport, K, which stands for kayak, and C, which stands for Canadian flatboat. What is this sport in which people ride small, narrow, lightweight boats and uses paddles?
Sydney.
Canoe.
Yes. Canoeing is a sport that has the small boats, and of course both sides of the oar have paddles. And with that, Sydney, you get to choose the next question.
Summer and sports for 40.
Okay. Close out the category summer and sports for 40 points.
For 40 points. In the summer, you can often see people enjoying this on the beach or at the pool. This sport was originally played in a swimming pool by teams of 7 with a buoyant
Sisters.
ball.
Sisters?
Polo.
Okay. Well, Sydney, it's your chance to answer, and please finish the question.
This sport was originally played in a swimming pool by teams of 7 with a buoyant ball resembling an association with a football team. It was originally called football in the water, and indeed it is more like football and basketball. The name of the sport comes from an earlier form of the game in which players rode barrels painted like horses and struck the ball with sticks. What is this water sport?
Sydney, it's your chance. We'll give you 5 seconds. Sydney.
Water volleyball.
Water
Sisters.
polo.
Yes.
And of course, polo is a very different game from water polo.
That's right. And sisters, you get to choose.
Society for 10, please.
Okay. Society for 10 points. According to foreign news sources, a new development called this has started since June, after the September 11th terror attacks. The reason for this is because couples started to have babies as they realized the importance of family since the terror attacks. This period of time saw a drastic change in society, similar to what was seen in the US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand during the period following World War II until about 1967, when there was seen a dramatic increase in fertility rates and the number of births. Sisters.
Baby boom.
And this is, of course, the sudden increase of birth rates. And Sydney, we want to see you on the board again. And sisters, you get to choose again.
Society for 20, please.
Society for 20 points. Of the following, which is an incorrect definition? You only get one chance to answer. Okay, so listen very carefully. 1. White collar, relating to jobs that are usually salaried and do not involve manual labor. 2. Blue collar, relating to or belonging to workers who do manual or industrial work. 3. Pink collar, relating to jobs, especially clerical jobs, traditionally associated with women. 4. Black collar, relating to jobs that are difficult, dirty, or dangerous.
4.
Sisters.
4.
Very good. And so, sisters, you get to choose again.
I love milk for 10, please.
Okay, I love milk for 10 points.
Hello everyone, we're Milk.
I'm Jaeyoung.
I'm Hyunjin.
I'm Yumi.
I'm Bomi.
Glad to meet you our three contenders.
Our group name, Milk, stands for Made in Lovely Kin. It means that we would like to share music and dance made with love. And just like our group name, the questions that we'll be giving you today are also about milk.
Good luck
everyone!
This is our 10-point question. It's very easy.
It's multiple choice.
People enjoy drinking milk in its natural form and also use it to make a wide range of food products. Of the following, which is not a dairy food product?
1. Butter.
2. Cheese.
3. Margarine.
4. Yogurt.
Sisters.
3. Margarine.
And Sydney, we've been missing you on the board. We want you to stay on top of the buzzer and stay in the game. And sisters, you get to choose.
I love milk for 20, please.
Okay, we'll go with I love milk for 20 points.
Do you know what milk is composed of?
Milk contains many minerals, the most abundant of which are calcium and phosphorus.
Milk is perhaps the best dietary source of calcium.
You're right, but what you said are only the 10% of milk. 80 to 90% of milk is this. What is this?
Sydney.
Water.
The mother-to-be actually knows about milk already. And Sydney, you get to choose the next question.
Society for 30.
Okay, we'll go with society for 30 points. Although its history probably dates all the way back to the Stone Ages, in the 1960s, this movement experienced a rebirth as groups pressed for changes in abortion rights, federally supported childcare centers, wage parity, improved employment opportunities, and the removal. Sisters.
Feminist movement.
Yes. And of course, removal of all legal and social barriers to the education of women, and we would have also taken feminism as well. And sisters, you get to choose the next question.
Society for 40, please.
Okay, stay in the category society, and we go with 40 points. People from this group of society are selfish and cynical and depend a lot on their parents. They question authority and feel they carry the burden of the previous generations. This term was first introduced in Charles Hamlet and Jane Deverson's 1964 novel with the same name, but was made mainstream following Douglas Copeland's 1991 book, which included this generational phrase in the title as well. What is this phrase? Think carefully about the characteristics. Some other characteristics of this group are that they're people who live in the present, like to experiment, and expect immediate results. We're looking for a generational phrase. Please take a guess. I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, the answer we're looking for is Generation X. Okay, and with that, I get to choose the next question. I'll go with invention for 10 points.
Invention for 10 points. This question is multiple choice. Of the following, which is not an invention by Thomas Alva Edison? Number 1, electrical light. Number 2, phonograph. Number 3, motion picture camera. Number 4, telephone.
Sydney.
Number 4.
That's right. The inventor of the telephone was Alexander Graham Bell. And Sydney, you get to pick.
Invention for 20.
Okay, inventions for 20 points.
Okay, invention for 20 points. Hopefully, we never need to use this safety device, which in less than 1/20th of a second activates a switch that energizes a wire, sending electricity into a heating element in the propellant that causes it to oxidize rapidly. This chemical reaction produces a gas that quickly inflates a cushion that protects the head and neck from further crash injury.
Sisters.
Airbag.
And of course, this is an auto safety device. And Sydney, your opponents, the sisters, are very quick at the buzzer, so you got to keep on top of things. And sisters, you get to pick.
Inventions for 30, please.
Okay, inventions for 30 points.
Invention for 30 points. Originally called a clasp locker, in 1893, Canadian Gideon Sunback, an electrical engineer by trade, improved on its original design by increasing the number of fastening elements from 4 per inch to 10 or 11 that had 2 facing rows of teeth that were pulled into a single piece by a slider. It would be a button-only world without this common invention we now take for granted.
Sisters.
Zippers.
And you see this zipper idea everywhere, from jackets now to plastic bags that we use in the kitchen. And sisters, you get to pick again.
Invention for 40, please.
Okay, invention for 40 points.
For 40 points. The first patent for this invention was issued to inventors Joseph Woodland and Bernard Silver on October 7, 1952. This is a method of automatic identification and data collection that was first used commercially in 1966 and has now become ubiquitous as every product sold seems to have one printed somewhere on it.
Sisters.
Barcode.
This is a method of product identification, and most of the time we see this work as a price tag, okay, when they buzz you in. Okay, and sisters, you get to pick again.
Invention for 50, please.
Okay, we close this category. Invention for 50 points.
For 50 points. The times ruled by King Sejong during the Joseon dynasty was a period of great development in scientific and technological fields. The world's first rain gauge, the 자경루, which is an intricate water clock, and the sundial, 앙보일구, and the 혼천의, which is an instrument for astrological observation, were all results of the scientific developments at that time. Most scientific objects invented during the rule of Sejong were the results of this person's efforts.
Sydney.
장영실.
And of course, he is one of the greatest inventors of Korean history. And with that, Sydney, you get to pick the next question.
I love milk for 30.
Okay, I love milk for 30 points.
The milk of animals that grow rapidly is rich in protein and minerals.
What other milk is there other than that of cows?
Sheep or cows?
And each species of these female animals produce milk to feed their newly born young.
Then what are such animals called?
Sisters.
Mammals.
For the use of mammalian glands. And with that, sisters, you get to pick again.
I love milk for 40, please.
Okay, I love milk for 40 points.
Recently, there was a report that Koreans have the most number of cavities among other countries.
This is because people don't take care of their teeth from their youth.
You have to start taking care of your teeth, especially after you lose this. Then what do you call this set of teeth which you have before your permanent teeth grow in?
Sisters.
Baby teeth?
Well, since this was the I love milk category, we would have liked it better if you had said milk tooth, right? Which is another way of saying baby teeth. Okay, and with that, sisters, we have 2 questions for you to choose from. Which one would you like?
I love milk for 50, please.
Okay, I love milk for 50 points.
According to a recent report by Reuters, infants that consume this are less likely than their formula-fed peers to become obese as children. The study's lead author said this contains growth factors that appear to inhibit
Sisters.
Breast milk.
Yes, we were looking for the thing that you feed to the baby, which is breast milk. And of course, we have one last question. We'll go with society for 50 points. This term was coined as the 20th century progressed. Many industrialized nation-states accepted the obligation toward their citizens to provide a certain minimum level of well-being, especially in Europe, which led to the growth and emergence of this. This term is typically applied to countries in which public spending has risen to very high levels in order to finance social programs and have sisters?
Pension.
Actually, the chance to answer goes over to the Sydney team, and I will finish the question. In which public spending has risen to very high levels in order to finance social programs and have governments whose expenditures are about half of their GDP to as much as 60% in some cases. What is this popular 20th century term? Sydney, I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, again, I want you to think carefully about the question that I gave you. We are looking for the term which describes a type of country. Okay, I gave you the characteristics of this country. This term is typically applied to countries in which public spending has risen to a very high level, to 50 to 60% of their annual budget expenditures. Sisters.
Welfare state.
Yes, welfare state. Sydney, you gave a very good effort, but sisters, you win with 970 points. Congratulations.
Various prizes are awaiting our winning contenders. Your first win will take you on a trip to Jeju Island. Your second win to Japan. Your third win will take you to China. And on your fourth win, you'll win a trip to Southeast Asia. On your fifth win, a trip to Hawaii. Your sixth win, a trip to the United States. And on your seventh win, you'll take the grand prize of a tour of Europe. We hope many of you join us.
Now, Sydney, congratulations. You have very good news on the way. You have a baby, 7 weeks old. Well, I know your parents and your friends and family must be watching from home. Do you have any words to them?
Thank you for supporting us.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for joining us today. Now, Sisters team, have you made the wonderful memories you came out here to make?
We plan on keep on making them.
Oh, okay. Well, not only do you have Jeju Island tickets in your pocket now, but you'll have another opportunity to come visit us again on this stage next week. Congratulations. How do you feel about that?
Great.
And how far will you go in Europe? I mean, if you get to Europe, where exactly do you want to go?
Well, actually, our parents will be going, so.
They'll decide if we do go.
So the tickets to Jeju Island will go to your parents, and if you win any bigger prize, those tickets will also go to your parents?
Yes. For their anniversary.
For their anniversary. Which anniversary is that?
Their wedding anniversary.
Which number?
It's the 26th anniversary.
Want to wish them happy anniversary on TV?
Happy anniversary.
Okay, well, congratulations, and we'll see you next week. And with that, we have a new winner. The sisters team we'll be seeing next week. If you want to join us, please write us at arirangtv.com. Contenders at arirangtv.com, I'm sorry. And of course, we welcome all sorts of comments and questions. So please tune in next time. Bye-bye.